At any rate, the dog recovered his health. I don't know why, unless he was a descendant of the puppy that guarded the gates of hell or some such resort. I'm not up on my mythology, are you, Peter? At any rate, Peter, at any rate, you missed the $8,000 question here. The dog recovered his health, and the landlady regained her thirst, in no way altered by her bow wow's deliverance. On the way home from a movie I'd seen on 42nd Street, one I'd seen, or like several others I'd seen, after the landlady told me that Puppykins was better, I was hoping the dog would be there, waiting for me. I was, how would you put this? I was enticed? Fascinated? No, that's not it. I was heart-shatteringly anxious. Yes, that's it. I was heart-shatteringly anxious to confront my friend again. Yes, Peter, friend, that's the only word for it. I was heart-shatteringly etc. to confront my dog friend again. I got in the entry hall and the dog was there, waiting for me. I stopped and advanced, unafraid. And he looked better for his scrape of the never mind. When I got in there, I stopped and he was staring at me. I stared at him. I think we stayed that way for a very long time. Still, stone statue. He looking at me and me looking at him. I longer at him than he at me. I mean, I can concentrate looking at a dog's face more than he can concentrate looking at mine, or anybody else's for that matter. During that 20 seconds or 2 hours that we stared at each other, we made contact. Now here's what I wanted to happen. I love the dog now, and I wanted him to love me. I don't know why I expected the dog to understand anything, much less my motivations. I just hoped that he would understand. It's just if you can't deal with people, you have to start somewhere. With animals. If not with people, with something. With something. With something. With a street corner, with the lights, with the colors reflecting on the oily pavement, with a wisp of smoke, with packed pornographic playing cards, with a lockbox, with no lock, with crying, with vomiting, with fury, because the pretty little ladies aren't pretty little ladies anymore, with making love for money with one's body, which is an act of love, I can show you, and with howling because you're alive, and with God. How about that? With God. With God, who's a colored queen who plucks his eyebrows and wears a kimono. With God who cries deliberately behind a closed door. With God, who I'm told, turned his back on the whole thing some time ago. And with someday with people. People. With an idea, with a concept. And we're better to communicate a single simple-minded idea. We're better than this humiliating excuse for a jail. We're better to make a beginning, to make a start. We're better to make a beginning of understanding and just possibly be understood. We're better than with a dog, just that, a dog. A dog. Seemed like such a perfectly sensible idea. Man is a dog's best friend, you know. So I stood there, looking at him, he looking at me, I longer at him. What I saw then has been the same ever since. Whenever we see each other, we both stop where we are. We regard each other with a mixture of sadness and suspicion, and we feign indifference. We pass safely. We have an understanding. It's sad, but you have to admit it is an understanding. We had made many attempts at contact, and we had failed. He returned to his garbage, and I had a solitary but free passage. I have not returned. I mean, I did gain solitary free passage. That much of a loss is said to be a gain. I learned that neither kindness nor cruelty, independently of each other, has any effect other than themselves. And the two taken together, combined as one. That's the teaching emotion. What is gained is lost. And here's the result. We reached a compromise. More of a bargain, really. We neither love nor hurt because we don't try to reach each other. But was my act of feeding the dog not an act of love? Perhaps wasn't the dog trying to bite me not an act of love? If we could so misunderstand, why have we invented the word love in the first place? Story of Jerry and the dog. The end.